Whiskers and the Midnight Adventure. It was a quiet night in the little town of Willowbrook. The stars twinkled above, and the cool breeze rustled the leaves. In the corner of a small cottage, curled up on a cushioned windowsill, was Whiskers, a curious orange tabby cat. Whiskers loved to gaze out into the night, watching the moonlight dance on the cobblestone streets. But tonight was different. Something shiny caught his eye in the garden. A small, mysterious object glinting under the moon. His whiskers twitched with excitement. What could it be? Quietly, Whiskers leaped off the sill, landing gracefully on the soft carpet. He padded toward the door, which was slightly ajar. Slipping out, he ventured into the cool night air. His paws barely made a sound as he crossed the yard, eyes locked on the shimmering object. As he got closer, he realized it wasn't just any object. It was a tiny silver key. Whiskers sniffed it curiously. A key? He thought. But to what? Suddenly, he heard a faint meow. Turning, Whiskers spotted a black cat perched on the garden wall. The stranger's green eyes glimmered in the moonlight. "Looking for something?" asked the black cat, her voice soft and mysterious. Whiskers held up the key with his paw. "I found this. Do you know where it leads?" The black cat tilted her head. "I do. Follow me." With a flick of her tail, she leaped off the wall, leading Whiskers through the narrow streets of Willowbrook. They wound their way through alleys, past sleeping houses, until they reached an old, ivy-covered door at the end of a hidden path. The door had a lock that looked like it hadn't been opened in years. Whiskers held up the key again, his heart pounding with anticipation. The black cat gave him a nod, urging him on. Slowly, he inserted the key into the lock. With a soft click, the door creaked open. Beyond the door was a magical garden, unlike anything Whiskers had ever seen. Glowing flowers, sparkling streams, and fluttering fireflies filled the air with light and wonder. At the center of the garden stood an ancient tree, its bark shimmering with a golden hue. "Welcome to the Garden of Night," the black cat purred. "This place has been hidden for centuries, only revealed to those who find the key." Whiskers was in awe. He explored the garden, discovering hidden nooks, playful critters, and the soothing sound of the breeze through the enchanted leaves. Time seemed to stand still in this magical world. And for that night, Whiskers was no longer an ordinary cat. He was the guardian of a secret place, known only to the cats who dared to venture into the unknown. As the first light of dawn crept over the horizon, Whiskers knew it was time to return home. He gave the garden one last look, his heart full of wonder. The black cat smiled at him. "Whenever you need to find your way back, just remember the key," she said, before disappearing into the shadows. Whiskers made his way back to his cottage, slipping through the door just as the sun began to rise. He jumped back onto the windowsill, curled up, and purred softly to himself, knowing that the magic of the Garden of Night would always be with him. And from that day on, whenever Whiskers gazed at the moonlit garden, he knew there were still many adventures waiting, just beyond the ordinary world. Hope you enjoyed Whiskers' Midnight Adventure.